Hi, this is Srinivas Tamada, founder of nilesson.info. This video is about how to deploy an Angular application on Firebase using CircleCI. So one git push command, it automatically takes care everything and it will host into the Firebase. So I'll quickly show you the demo, how that works. So this is my local application, the simple Angular application. The same thing I hosted on the circle.nilesson.info with the Firebase. So let me quickly change something and let's see how git push is changing my pushing my changes on the Firebase. Let's open this code. So this was a small text and I'm trying to add the h1 tag. I'm just adding some color for this. Maybe I'm going to add red and I'm increasing the font size maybe 36px, and let's see the change here. So this is what the change. So when I commit this code, and new change and git push, so this is going to trigger the circle.ci pipeline. If you see, this is my pipeline and it started running my pipeline. So it started running. This circle.ci will take care everything, the project deployment and the project build, everything it will take care. And if you write any unit test, it'll check everything. If all the stages got passed, you will see the same changes on the hosting too, because it'll cut off all the manual process. So that's what this video is about. Yeah, if you see that there is a deployment is happening and finally you will get the successful build. The build has been successful. Let me, when we are expecting the same change on this. Yep, so the changes has reflected here. So this is the tutorial I'm going to explain today with this is called circle.ci. You can create a free account. This is a cloud hosting pipeline system, and this is a Firebase. I posted few articles on 9 lessons, the advantages of Firebase, and you can just check with the tag Firebase. Even I explained the how to deploy it on Angular too, but anyway I'm going to cover all the steps in this video. Yeah, let me close everything, and before that you need a node latest version. Globally you have to install, and then for this project like you need to install the Angular CLI too. That way you can speed up the work a little quicker. So let me close this and I'm going to create a new project. Let's hope I'm just increasing the font. See desktop and projects. So use Angular CLI command, so ng new and Angular circle demo. So I'm creating an Angular project here. So this will ask you some questions like, you need a routing, yes, and what kind of SAS, the styling you want to do. I basically prefer this SCSS, and this will pull all the dependencies. Meanwhile, go to GitHub, and this one basically works with the login works with GitHub or Bitbucket. So both are the same system. Yeah, I'm going to create a repository here, and that the same repository I'm going to push the new project to. So I'm going to give the same name. It's called Angular Circle Demo. Let me cross verify what name I gave here. Yep, the same one. And GitHub is offering private repositories too, and if you want you can choose this. Right now I'm making it as a public, and just create the project, and it gives you small instructions how to initiate to the Git. So let me see, this project got, yeah, this got successful. Let's change the directory to angular circle.demo, and let's see the files has been created. And let me git init and git add and git commit everything, the new project. And like you have to point your repository, so this is what the repository we are pointing this. And now there is the last instructions to push it to the master branch. Yes, now if you refresh the git project, and yes, all our changes has been reflected here. So let me run it. So ng serve, and let me add a new tab here. So this is actually running. Yeah, it's still building. So let me open this project on the Visual Code. Let's see what happened. I think looks like it got updated, and this is what the change. Instead, like I'm going to add some more text here, and I'm just changing the app to a different. So I'm deleting all the stuff here, and image 2. Welcome to the demo. CircleCI demo. The change. So now I'm going to Firebase. I think the firebase.google.com login with your Google account. Now I'm going to set up a small application for hosting. So because the same changes, we need to host it on the Firebase. So this is also a few steps to create, and you can create a new project. And I'm going to give like circle demo, and then accept all your terms, and this is your ID. Copy this ID, and this is required in future. So just creating the project. When you're creating this project, so the Firebase will instruct you how to do all the stuff, and if you go to the hosting, it will give some instructions how to host the project. So you need this Firebase tools to install it on globally. I already installed it, but we are going to do it on the, because we are going to use this in external way, because CircleCI need this Firebase tools, because Firebase command we're going to use it in future. So that's what I'm going to add this in dev dependencies. So you can simply change to dev dependency. So this will update the package.json, and under the category of dev dependencies, it'll add this library. Yep, the package has been updated, and let's quickly show you the what has been changed in this. Like if you see the package.json, and it'll give you the some instructions like, yeah, Firebase login, init, and deployment, and the make sure like which account you're going to log in, and just give try to log in. It redirects to the browser, and it gives back, it'll ask you the credentials, and once you add it, it's give you the username, because I already logged in as my Google account, so I no need to log in it again. That's a simple step now. So I'm going to initiate Firebase for this, because there are some instructions to do it here. So let's add the Firebase initialization. It'll ask you that what kind of thing you're going to do. Use the down arrow, and you can choose hitting the space button for hosting. When you hit it, like you will see all the projects listed on your name. So I think we created this is called circle dash demo. If sometime the Google is not updating sometimes, so you can, in that case, you can choose like as a default project. So then copy that ID and replace the file. I'll show you that file once I'm going to add it. So yep, and this will ask you that what is your distribution folder. In Angular case, it is dist. If it is React, it will change. I think ww, I guess, maybe I didn't remember properly. So then this is a single page app. Yeah, I give S. Now the Firebase has been initiated to this project and it got generated some files. Let me open it and let's see, there is a Firebase RC file and it has the project ID. If you don't have a project ID, maybe if you'll not find it, if you choose it as a default one, and you'll find that name here, and if you go to the host name and you will find this is what the name you needed. You can just copy and replace it. Yep, now it is done. Let's see, now we need to build this project, so that way the project, like, you know, the dist folder is going to create. Right now we are running simply a dev server. So let me go to the package.json and instead of, like, you know, ng build, I'm just adding a prod build. It's called production build. It'll cut off all other things, and the same way, like if you see the angular.json, the output file will be dist and the project name. So this is what the new Angular is giving this way because of the multi-tenant thing. So if it is a, you know, if you're working for a single application, you don't need to maintain a different directory here. So just delete it off, so all the files will generate under this dist. That's the same thing we are actually specified in the Firebase too. So let's save it and let's cut this and npm run build. So this basically triggers the ng build actually. So you can write a number of commands here to, like, simplify your stuff. Now if you see it, the process has been triggered and it is going to generate all the distribution files for production build. So basically all these are like a manual actions we are doing right now. The same actions using CircleCI we are going to automate. So yep, the dist has been created. If you see this is the final output for this project. So let me use Firebase Deploy. So this will automatically push all these dist changes and moving to the Firebase hosting. Yeah, you will see all the status here and it will give you the hosting URL too. So basically that's the project ID and the Firebase. Let's see the same change. Yep, see, so the same change, it got hosted. And like there are some instructions for connecting your domain. I think we are done all this, and if you want, like, you can connect your own domain, like for example my domain is like, I'm just going to add this and continue, and it'll give you the a record names. So that record names you can update into your, it's your DNS. Like most of the people use GoDaddy and I use Cloudflare, and I posted an article too so that you can quickly change these things, and so that way once you are done you can just give finish and it will go live. It will take some 30 minutes to update, but it is pretty good. The same way I just configured my this one cycle.9lesson.info even for the routing.9lesson.info. This is another application, I think, hope you guys know that. So this is what the change got updated. So now it come to the circle.ci, how everything we're going to automate to avoid all these manual steps to build all this stuff, because this is just a build, but in some cases you have to run the end-to-end test and the unit test as well. So let's do that. Like, let me log in with GitHub because I created the project with GitHub, and when you go to the add projects you will see your repository, it automatically pulls up here. So then you can set up your new pipeline. So here you can choose Linux. I haven't tried with Mac OS. You can try it if you want. And the Linux, and we need Node, and The same kind of steps follows for other languages too, but this is for Angular, so I'm choosing Node. And now it gives you some steps to we need to perform. And so because circle.ci need a configuration file to understand the project, so let's create a small file in the application. And before that, click on the outside, and I'm going to create a folder .circle.ci. And now I'm going to create a file called config.yml, I guess. Yep, the YML. So this is the configuration file, and it has all the instructions. This is basically what kind of Docker image you're going to use and what kind of version, and the work directory and the dependencies. Basically, this one is giving for earn commands, but we are actually changing with npm. So I already modified this on my previous one on the project. Let me go back. I think this one. A little bit modification, not much. Let's go to the raw, and I'm just copying this. And I'm going to add it here. So if you see the sample one and this one, it's same, except we are doing as actually npm run build, and the extra one called Firebase Deploy. Because why I pointed directly, because circle.ci will not understand the global Firebase, so that will take it from the dev dependencies. And one more thing, like we need to set up a token too. And if you want, you can run some other steps too, like this, and you can, like, test this project, and npm run test. But right now I'm just avoiding the karma unit test. Maybe I'll cover it later. For the next post, maybe I'll cover. Yeah. So yeah, this is the small one, and let's create this variable for this, because we are doing from external. So CircleCI wants some token, because for the token for the authentication. Let's go to the circle.ci, and if you can just start build now, but anyway it is going to fail because we didn't do anything. We didn't commit any changes, so it'll automatically fail because the build error. So let's click on this project, and you'll find the gear icon. So this is called project icon, and here you have to add the environment variable. So this is called the value of Firebase and the token. Yep, so the value you have to post it here. Basically I'm just giving xxxx. But how to generate this token? It's a simple way. You can come to here and just give Firebase and login and CI. Anyway, I need this, but in the video I'm going to ignore this step. But let's quickly show you how that works. So it redirects back, and it asks you to which account you want to choose. So I'm just giving it. It actually asks you the authentication, and the token has been generated here. The token is in under this. Now the token has been added here, so all set here. So let's try to add all our changes to the git. Then you will see the build automatically triggers here when we push the changes. Let's go. If you see here, we modified all these things. I'm just going to commit all of this to git status. You can see all the changes, and git add, git commit, and the CircleCI pipeline, and git push. And I just pushed the changes, and when you refresh this here, it automatically triggers the build. And CircleCI and Git has a webhook connection. It automatically triggers this. If you see here, see npm install has been happening now, and yep, now trigger is working. And yeah, if you look at here, look at the logs, and I think there are some problems, vulnerabilities here. So if you use this command, you can update the versions. So Yeah, if you see it here, the hosting has been updated, and this anyway we need to do some more changes. Then you can see the reflections here. I'm going to run the npm audit fix to update the package.json with the latest ones. If anything got messed up, and it is going to come here. And let's see, like uh, let's go to the application, and let's add some color to this. H1, the color #33000, and you'll see the change in the local. I think I stopped it. Let me start it ngserve. It's still building, so let's see. Yep, so this is what the output we are expecting here once we push the change on the git. Uh, the same way, like we updated something with the npm audit fix, and let's see the if you see the change. And yeah, I think it's okay, like, and npm run test will see if any test is going to fail, because anyway it's going to fail because we changed the text to this. When you need to pass it, go to this, and you have to match the word exactly. Let's see, it going to trigger the karma. So it is going to fail because we have one failure. So let me fix this quickly by adding this. So the same action, we're going to include it in the circle.ci too. So that way, if you're working with a multiple people, like, so I change with the same text, or like, I change the text. And let me add this, a new step here, like dash, and the name is like, karma unit test, and the command is the command like npm run test. So because I'm taking all the scripts from here, the test is basically ng test. So I added in the cycle.ci, and if you save it, everything looks good. And now if you see, all the test has been successful because I just modified it. Now I'm going to push these changes to the hosting, git status, git add, and git commit, change, and git push. Now if you see the circle.ci, the one more build is running now. It's so quick, and now it will take care of npm install, after that karma unit test 2. So this way, like, if you're working with the multiple developers, like, you can easily control like what people are doing it. And yeah, it looks like something wrong because I haven't tried this before. Maybe I need to do a little more research. Yeah, it looks like the Chrome browser is not I think we need to specify the path and all. Maybe I'll cover this later. Let me ignore the stuff, and we'll go for the normal one because this is a small text change. Maybe I'll update it in the next video. The git status and the git add. Yep, I canceled the previous one, and now the new one is running, and we can see the same change on this one with the circle.ci, because it's basically karma is going to launch the Chrome browser to see all the inspect all the elements. So maybe I think circle.ci is falling in a different way. Maybe I need to cover the end-to-end and the unit testing soon. Yep, now the deployment has been success, and when you refresh this page, yep, everything comes up. So quickly you can do these things. But people can ask me, like, for every commit this is triggering, is there any way to block it up? Because sometime you have multiple branches, like develop, features, everything. You cannot push everything to the production. So you can control a different way. That's called, like, you can use branches. Let me push this change. I can develop. So Now let's create a develop branch and push the changes, and we'll see the build is triggering or not. Now git status, and now git branch, develop, and git push. Git checkout and develop, and see git branch. Yeah, now git push. It'll ask you to trigger this command. Yep. Now so we'll add this change to the develop. Now it pushed to the develop. It is not triggered anymore because we are just ignoring it. So that way you can ignore all your branches here, only master, and you can just ignore other branches. So this way you can control it, but if you see in the GitHub, like when I refresh this one, I have a master branch, it's a develop branch. So how when it got triggered, like when you create a new pull request to move all your changes to the develop, and that way like you can deploy all your things to the production. So when I merge the changes to develop to the master branch, and if you look at this build, it automatically triggers and it push all the changes. So this way you can automate all the process. Maybe in my next video I'm going to cover the end-to-end and karma. Thanks a lot for watching the video.